Life is a gift. Being born isn't. What is up, winning team? Hi. And I just nearly watched a car crash. So that wasn't something I expected to be happening at this time of the day. Anyway, I want to actually talk about this because you know something, guys? I've realized that, I think I told you in a few videos ago, that my exhaustion in life, a big part of it is just not saying what I really have to say. Like, because I don't want to be the Debbie Downer, you know what I mean? I don't want to be the Debbie Downer, but at this point, it's like somebody's just got to call it out. Somebody's got to do it, and like, it's going to be me. Like, life is most certainly a gift. Like, this incredible planet that God created with all the various things and places, all the people, all the animals, all of nature. I just can never get used to seeing the police so often in this town. It just feels off. If this was London, I wouldn't bat an eyelid if I saw like a whole row of police bully vans like could go past. I wouldn't bat an eyelid. But just seeing the police is so weird in this town. Like, it just feels wrong. Anyway, and speaking of, they sent me a letter. I need to get back to them. Oh, so many things on the to-do list. The never-ending to-do list. This planet and everything that God intended is absolutely a gift. But as soon as we get involved as humans, it's no longer a gift anymore. Like, being alive is not a gift right now. It's not a gift. It's a prison sentence. Like, I don't care. Like, I've been thinking about this whole decision I've been making about getting my tubes tied for my birthday. Whichever one's going to be a surefire way that I definitely can't have kids, get rid of the womb, get rid of the thing. I don't know. Because I've been thinking, yeah, I'll be fully transparent. How about this? Yeah. It's not about the man. Let's start there. It's not that I don't think there's a good enough man on earth. That's not the case. It's definitely not that. It's not about money. Like, if I realized, yeah, if I had the greatest man of all time, I was able to get through all my demons, yeah. And I just remembered my dream. As in, like, not my sleep dream, but like, I keep forgetting my dreams, like that I actually have desires in this life because they just don't feel worth it. Kind of like what I'm about to say about this being born thing. Hold on. I hate when this does this. Can you work, please? I'm trying to pause the recording. Oh, I hate when this does this. I was thinking that if I had every single thing in this world that I would feel like I need, which would still be flawed, in order to make the decision to have a child, like, can I just say, I hope you guys can see that from all the conversations we're having, how I don't know how people are just out here having kids, like, because I don't think people are putting that much thought into it. I'm not going to lie. And I honestly don't fault a lot of people for that because from what I can see, like I said, it's us as humans. As the time goes on, things get worse. We just continue bad behaviors because that's just what we do. We don't question anything because we're all sheep. We just go along with it. Like, there's going to be some people got pregnant, are getting pregnant right now, are all going to realize they're pregnant because over the holidays, their family pressured them talking about, where's the grandkids? Where's this? You know what I mean? When are you going to start having kids? You know, all that malarkey, you know. And do you know what's crazy as well? This just goes to show my point. Do you know that in this country, they want to introduce tax for people who are not having children, as if to be like, you're not even, like, I can't remember how they phrased it. They're trying to put people off not having kids. That's how dire the situation is. I'm like, you're not trying to solve the problem. You're just trying to strong arm us into the corner. Like, mate, do you think I would rather pick up a second job? I would feel like a better parent for picking up a second job if I had to. I won't have to, it's just another tax, but you know what I mean? To pay off these taxes than have the child. The child's going to cost way more than whatever the stupid tax is, you flipping dumbass idiots. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's so dense. Like, I could do everything right, and this is still the world my child will be born into. This place. this hellscape. And I can't change that. That's the part I can't change. And the change I can make, you know, it requires us all, everything that happens in life, requires teamwork. So anything that we see as successful is because some team is working well together. As everybody's waking up now, like there's pray for your Epstein stuff, right? People are realizing that, oh, of course they're all in cahoots together. Because think about it. Think about how these things work. Think about how it exists for him to even have an island or whatever and all these things that he has. He has to have ordered them. Somebody has to have delivered them. Somebody has to have built the house. Somebody has to have, he's paying an electric bill to somebody. You know what I mean? He's buying all this artwork and all this stuff from somebody. Like they're all working together. Same in the entertainment industry. Why do they hold the monopoly? You know, as I know they changed the laws like, I don't know, like 100 years ago, which pretty much prevented any one person from owning everything. But all they did is essentially what we know that particular family did is, well, one person can't, but a whole bunch of siblings can. That's why I'm even like to God. I'm like, God, if you want to do that for the kingdom, listen, I don't mind splitting the world in three with my brothers. Dead ass. These are the things I pray about. This is why when I see people's prayers, I'm like, seems light. Seems light to us, the creator of the universe, just about your bills. Like, of course we need to pray about those types of things, but like, come on now. He said he'll do exceedingly and abundantly above anything I can ask or think. So I'm going to ask and think. I'm going to think and ask, because he said he's going to do greater. So whatever you say, Lord. And I don't doubt him. But, you know, we're in this world, and like the more I'm realizing, like the more I've been crying out to God, you know, and like waiting, like, because I really do feel like I'm just waiting. I am and I'm not, because obviously like in the midst of it, like, you know, we're all learning lessons and, you know, whatever. But like in the midst of the waiting, this is what I'm saying. Like, we've cut all the trees. I was so looking forward to doing a photo shoot, guys. I had the full outfit. I was going to do it like in the winter when all the trees without the leaves on. But look, those trees are all hairy. They cut down all the good trees and they've left the freaking creepy ones. What the hell? And the ones that grow leaves in the winter. What the hell? No wonder it's not getting that cold. Anyway, I'm so overdramatic, low-key. But I do feel passionately. And again, it's just kind of like, I'm getting sick of like feeling like a car that's starting that just has to just turn off again. Like the engine's warm, like I'm ready to go. And then I just have to like turn it off again because, oh wait, ain't no passengers about. But then now, I am starting to feel differently about that because of you guys. Because I'm like, low key, I'm really not alone in this anymore. And do you know what? This pub always has an open mic, and I need to start doing open mics because I got to work on my everything. I need to just start going to open mics. That's what I need to do. And just like learn the skill of performing in terms of singing. I really do. Like, these are the types of things that if I cared enough about being alive, I would do in a heartbeat. Like, no question, I'd be at every single open mic. Like, as many as I could possibly get to. And a whole bunch of things I would be doing. I feel like I'm sitting on a whole bunch of gold mines and I just don't really care. That's the thing. I just don't care. Like, because it's still in this world. It's still in this world. It's still in this world where the best teamwork we see is in the kingdom of darkness, and in the kingdom of heaven, it's just division. It's just chatter. Like, I was so sick of being around Christians, bro. I'm so bored. It's always one thing. It's always a season of this. It's always very self-driven, selfish things Christians are worried about or praying about or going through. You know, always like, what do you want for you? It's not about, you're not even like at least having a relationship with God. You know what I mean? Like a real one. You don't even have a real enough relationship with God to be okay with being upset at him. Like, I'm a little bit mad at God at the minute. I'm not gonna lie. But we're good though. You know what I mean? But I'm also just like, you really didn't have to let me be born. Like, really. You really could have stopped it, because I really had a miscarriage. So I don't only do I know it in my head, I felt it in my body. That is possible for you to say, But I also know that he knows that I know that a human will, we were always going to all make the decisions we all made. And if I had to choose between the two of us, he would have to be here. I'll choose me, because I'd rather them be safe and comfortable and protected with God. Hold up. Okay. This thing is actually trying to irritate me. Yeah, like, it's not worth it. Like, none of it's worth it. Like, it's not worth it. Like, after this guy, the other day was all talking about catching feelings and whatnot. I didn't mention this in yesterday's video, but, like, literally I spent the next day, because it was like a Friday. Was it a Friday? No, it was Saturday that sorted me. Yes, I spent all of Sunday. I was just crying. Like, as much as I'm saying it's all fun and games and I'm all kiki hee-hawing about everything, I literally cried for hours and hours and hours, and I went outside and I was crying, and I was inside and I was crying, I was going to sleep and I was crying, and I woke up and I was crying, and I was just like, it's just pointless. Like, it's just pointless falling in love, bro, because that just sounds like I'm just complicating this battle of life even more now, right? Think about it. Now, something that would be good and godly, of course, the kingdom of darkness is going to come like hell against. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? That's just like, because that's the thing, guys, about winning. And I say all the time that there's a cost to pay. And when you haven't had something, right, this is why the devil puts on this performance for us all, where we all get to watch all the rich and famous people living a lifestyle and like wishing it was us, right? And why this whole thing works so well. Because then we think the solutions to our issues in life is on that side. We think, oh, if I had this, if I had money, if I had power, if I had fame, if I had whatever, if I had love, if I had a community, right, that would solve my problems, right? And so when we get those things, we hold on to them and we don't want to let them go, right? Whether they're good or bad, because that's how we are as humans. But the truth is, the only solution is God. That's the funny thing. And this is, again, where, like, you just can't really convince me with any of the stuff happening around here on this planet. Like, I just don't care. Like, and it's not a good thing, because, like, I'm seeing, like, sometimes when I'm, like, watching, when I see on the news, right, or even just a normal day, right, I'm watching people dead ass waking up in the morning, like, making themselves breakfast, drinking a coffee, getting ready to work, you know, all this. And obviously, yes, I do the same thing. So it's not like I'm saying they're like some aliens, but I'm like, but what are you doing this for? Like, because you're not doing this for anything meaningful. Like, you're not doing this for absolutely anything meaningful. You're just existing. And then we're all going to say that this crappy way that we all like to live is a blessing. How? Because can I tell you something? My life is a lot of work. A lot of freaking work. I think being alive is a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? Even if you think about the simplest of things, right? Get a good night's sleep. Oh, you should make sure that you don't sleep in this position because it's bad for your neck. It's good for the room temperature to be about this. Don't do this before you sleep, because if you do, your sleep won't be good if you eat too late or if you watch too many screens before bed. And like, get the right pillow. Like, these things are all luxuries, and that's ironic, because sleep, rest, is supposed to be a blessing. It's supposed to be something that we do to disconnect, but it's just another freaking battlefield, bro. It's just another battlefield. It's a battlefield to get into, and it's a battlefield to be in, and then it's a battlefield to get out, because am I right? Can we all talk about how annoying it is to get up in the morning? Like, there's a lot of things that kids do. And by the way, if you didn't know, allegedly, scientifically, kids are, like, when they're going through puberty, they do, obviously, just like how babies sleep all the time, they sleep loads because they're growing a lot. That's why a lot of teenagers struggle to get up early in the morning, and we're all like, well, we'll do it because we're adults. It's like, yeah, well, guess what? Your puberty's over. Number one, they're growing. It's natural. It will be more natural for them to get up later in the morning, biologically. So that's just another thing we're just imposing on people for no good reason. Like, even these kids, yeah, God bless them, who, the kids who I teach, most precious, sweetest souls ever. So dedicated. They're all working so hard to try and, like, you know, set themselves up for success for their upcoming exams. And I'm just like, you're 15. You're 15. Like, you shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be having to teach you on how to deal with anxiety going into an exam and, like, doing all these questions. It just doesn't matter. Like, these topics, they just don't matter. What matters is you're young and you have the energy and you have the ignorance, because, like, obviously they're just taking it for what it is. I'm thinking, what the hell have they got you doing? Not just that, but also just the things that they're going through, like things other teachers are saying and doing. I can't tell you how many times, in the last couple of weeks, I've had a kid say to me, oh, I did this. I'll ask them, like, have you done this topic before? Like, because obviously where I do what I do, it's a little bit less structured than, like, how, you know, well, the whole education system is. That's why you got everybody knocking at our door talking about we need teachers for this, we need teachers for that. But I'll be asking them, like, oh, have you done this topic before? And they'll be like, well, yeah, I did, but, like, my teacher, that she told me, but she never explained it. And I'm like, how many times am I going to hear that? Like, actually. They told me, but they didn't explain it. I'm like, yeah, in my head, I'm thinking the same thing I'm thinking about these pastors in church. They don't explain it because they don't know how themselves. They don't know how to do it. They don't. I can explain it because I know what I'm telling you from my own actual experience. I'm not just, like, reading off a textbook or whatever I was told at teacher training, like a little flipping robot, follow a sheep person. I'm actually doing it for myself. If it doesn't make sense, I will go and figure it out until it does make sense. And I don't just sweep it under the carpet because I can't do it or because the kid can't do it. No, we're figuring this out. We're figuring this out because, the heck, I'm supposed to be a teacher. So I better know how to teach. Damn it. But, you know, it's little things like that where I'm just like, these poor kids. Like, God bless them. They're going through all sorts of things, like, in their own personal lives. Yeah. They're being faced with this education system. Then they're being faced with freaking social media because, again, we grew up on social media. Like, I grew up on technology. I grew up that way. Like, I remember being in America on the big computer with the floppy disk, kicking my little legs, playing the Elmo game and the Sesame Street game and all these games. I used to play the Green Eggs and Ham, Dr. Seuss game, right, on the computer. Best times of my life. You know what I mean? I remember that. You know, I remember the day that Instagram started, I was 16 and it was all just like, you know, and, like, it's just damaging. Like, because I know I wouldn't be feeling and thinking how I am if I had the ignorance of having not grown up with technology. Like, I just have too much access to too much knowledge and I'm just too curious. And unfortunately, curiosity is not going to kill the cat in this situation because Jesus defeated death. And therefore, I guess I'm here to stay unless I decide to pull the trigger. But I went and made God a promise, didn't I? I was like, you know what, God, I don't want to take away from what you might do. And I don't want to let him down, honestly. In all honesty, it's only because I just don't want to let God down. Like, for some reason, he went to all this effort to, like, force me to be here. For some reason, I had to be the damn sperm that won, right? For some odd reason. And it's just like, really? Do you know that there's, like, in the whole batch of sperm, there's deformed ones, there's ones without a head, ones without a tail, ones that, like, some don't make it. Like, I actually didn't have to be the one that won. I actually didn't have to. But here we are, you know? And it's just the circumstances, because there's no, like, this is why it's hard for me to talk about this, because I'm not blaming anybody, and yet I'm blaming everyone at the same time. Like, this is us as humans. Like, I'm here, it's 2026. I'm making the decision that I don't want to have kids, yeah? And I'm being punished for it because I'm saying that I don't want to have kids because I don't feel like it's not wise for me to have them at this time. It's not a nice place for them. I wouldn't want this for them. Like, and then I have other adults accuse me of selfish. You got the government talking about we're going to tax you. And then the people abusing kids, literally eating children, are off on islands in villas, getting rich and famous, living la vida loca with their billionaire banquets. That's the world I'm living in. And it's those people that the Drew of the Sheeple loves to meat ride, kissing the buttocks of these folks, yeah? It's not double checking anything they're doing, not second guessing what they're saying, not critiquing them. No. We refuse to believe all this stuff happened. We refuse to. These leaders, it's like, does something not sit off? Like, I don't get it. Like, when I see these clips, especially like of the actual footage of in churches when these pastors are doing these crazy things on stage, I have the same exact thinking like I just said. You woke up this morning. You got in the shower. You got ready. You ate breakfast. You had your coffee. You got your family together or whoever together. You got in your car, which you pay fuel for. You drive to this church building to sit and watch this complete nonsense. What? Like, I don't get it. Like, are we just not using our brains? Because this is brain dead behavior. Like, for me, this is brain dead. Like, that's so brain dead. What do you mean you got into your car? What do you mean you woke up? You may have set an alarm or whatever, and you got all the way up to come and watch these idiots, these freak shows on stage, literally before you, in front of your face, right? Contradicting the word of God. And this is what you're doing with your free will. Nah, if that's what happens as you get older, I need to end this now. This is why I feel like this urgency to get this procedure done and dusted. Because I'm like, before I fall into the trap of whatever all the older people get into as you get older and all the pride and all that. Or God forbid I fall in love. That's the what I'm really worried about more than anything. God forbid I fall in love and then I end up being googly-eyed and being like, oh my gosh, you know what? It would be lovely to start a family. Oh, hell no. It would be lovely. It would be absolutely lovely. And it's so crazy for me to say this because anybody that knows me when I was a kid, I was always like, I just want to be married and have 9 children one day. And that was always a higher priority for me than any other career that I wanted, any other like goal in life that I had. And I have so many. You know what I mean? And I was always a higher goal. But then I was 16 at the time. I was 16 and hopeful and like just like these kids, unaware of the world, giving it everything I had. Like unaware that potentially the most unloving thing I could actually do is actually having them in the first place. Dead ass. So that's the crazy part of it. That is actually the crazy part. And I'm now here and I'm like, oh, this can't happen. This cannot happen. Like there has to be such a shift in society for that to make any sense. That's the thing. There has to be just such a shift in society because I just think there's something wrong with me now. Like dead ass. I don't know. Okay, how many times are you going to say dead ass girlfriend? It's getting cringe later. Like something would have to shift societally because I just cannot put the pieces together of like, because I've got to look at my kid one day in the face knowing that like you're here because I decided to allow a man to ejaculate inside me. I know it's crude, but that's how well we all got here. And that's the other funny thing. Can I just say that how everybody's so funny and like, so like, oh, we don't talk about these things, but it's like, but you're all doing it. And actually what everybody's actually doing behind the scenes, the more I hear about what people are actually doing behind the scenes, yeah, when they're all walking around again, putting on their costume, pretending everyone's all goody good, the more I realize I'm actually like quite hella vanilla. Because the things I hear people getting up to, I'm like, we did that. Do you guys remember? I'll never forget this. The day that it hit me when, I'm not going to go there. Let's just not go there. But it was a song. And I just couldn't believe that, like, I'm in a venue and everybody's singing this lyric right now. Anyway. Yeah. That's insanity. I got to look at a kid like and be like, oh yeah, so hi. Yeah. So yeah, we did this. Oh, hell no. And the worst part is, yeah, low key, I genuinely do think I genuinely know the best option of the best man choice in the world. That's the funny thing. And it's like, even that isn't convincing me. That's the thing. That's the scary thing. This is what I'm saying. The scary thing in life is when you actually get the things you think you wanted and you realize that it doesn't solve anything. Like when I was in London, I'm like, you know what? Okay, money, power, fame, it's all cute, it's all fun and whatever the heck. Just another dollar, just another this, just another that. It's all kind of empty anyways. You still go home, you're still alone. You're still, as well, you know, you're still yourself. Money's not going to pay off the demons. You know what I mean? money isn't going to change the world for the better, because the world chooses to use money for bad. And people are like, oh, it's always the billionaires. I'm like, do you think that it's like billionaire equals evil? It's evil equals billionaire. Do evil, become billionaire, because that's how the world works, because of the kingdom that's in play here. Do evil. Like, if you want to get rich, just go and start behaving like these folks, you guys. These things you think are insane to do, guess what? They will become less insane. You know, like this concept talks about in the Bible, your conscience becomes seared. So like things don't affect you anymore. You do something at first, when you first do it, you're like, oh, I feel so guilty. But then eventually, this is how I think, you know, we become corrupt by our sins. You know, like I always talk about the 4 stages of defilement. And, you know, the 4th stage is corrupt, where it just becomes a part of you. Like maybe at first you like turned a blind eye. And I'm pretty sure that at a lot of these parties with all these celebrity folks, yeah, I'm dead sure that when these celebrities like first got involved, they probably were not into it. I think everybody assuming that it all just went down so easily is stupid. I think a lot of them walked into the rooms and situations, they were bombarded and taken, and they were bombarded with, hey, we need you to do this because this is it. And they're like, wait, what do you mean you do this? Like, and they're like, yeah, well, how do you think we all got this money? Like, this is how it works. And they just got kind of like taken into it. You know, I mean, I don't think they told them on day dot that, yeah, that lovely steak you're talking about, the lovely juicy steak we had, yeah, that was actually human flesh. I don't think they tell them that at the beginning. I think they just kind of reel them in. You know what I mean? Oh, it's just a fun little game. We'll just all just like cut our wrists and just drop some blood. It's just a silly ritual. It's not even real. Like, it's not even real. Next thing you know, we've got, you know, what was her name? Lisa Phillips, talking about how she was a part of the ritual. She was the child to be graped, and the other child was the one to die for the sacrifice. And isn't that crazy as well? Think about that. I can't say these words, yeah. Here's the real kicker, yeah, with this Epstein thing. For me, now everyone's all talking about the Clinton, yeah. Well, who wants to know? Do we remember the last time that YouTube community guidelines struck my video for misinformation? Do you know what it was about, that video, you guys? Do you know what that was? That was like maybe 2 years ago now. Would you believe it? I was talking about all the governmental names that were on the Epstein flight list. That's what the video was about. And I was literally talking about the stuff everybody's talking about right now. Go friggin' figure. So now when I'm seeing that, oh, we're all just comfortably talking about in the Clinton so-and-so and Obama this and this, that and the third. Meanwhile, I was getting told I was getting taken down for misinformation. And then these same labels will be the ones that the freaking brain dead Jew of the sheep will see and go, oh, this is misinformation. Oh, she's a conspiracy theorist who got another conspiracy theory. I think people like you just like to be different, ain't you? It's like, yeah, I do want to be different. If different means not being like those buffoons and not being like you idiots. You know what? Maybe I want to be different. You know? Maybe I do. Maybe I'm not seeing anything respectable going on around here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just waiting. Can you guys want to know the secret? I'll tell you the secret, what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the connection. I might make that as a separate video. Let's do that. We'll make that a separate video. Why not? We have free will. Everybody's using it however they want. And I'm learning I need to utilize mine more for the greater good, rather than be so afraid of it, because it is what makes me human, having free will. But I'll tell you what I'm waiting for, because there's this particular thing I'm waiting for. And once this day comes, then I feel like we'll see the full picture. But I'm going to talk about that in a separate video. Well, if life's a game, let's play to win. That's the least we can do. At least we can have some fun with it. At least we can come out on top. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in my next one. God bless you. God loves you. I love you.